the king who turned a city into a mass grave. This is a true story. There was a moment in history when an entire city began to smell like death. Not one street, not one house, the whole city. In the year 541, the capital of the Byzantine Empire, Constantinople, was the largest city in Europe. Nearly 500,000 people lived behind its walls. Merchants, soldiers, priests, children. And at the center of it all ruled an emperor, Justinian I. He had a dream to rebuild the Roman Empire. But something invisible had already entered the city. It arrived quietly on ships from Egypt, hidden in the grain supply, inside the fur of rats. And within days, people began to die. At first, it looked like fever. Then the swelling began. Painful black lumps appeared in the groin and under the arms. People collapsed in the streets. Doctors could do nothing. Priests prayed. But the deaths kept coming. Within weeks, the city was losing thousands of people every day. This was the beginning of what historians now call Plague of Justinian. And Constantinople was its first victim. The emperor tried to maintain order. Courts stayed open. Officials continued their duties. But the disease did not care about titles. Soon even the emperor himself fell ill. For days he hovered near death. The empire held its breath. But Justinian survived. His city did not. Bodies filled the streets. Families abandoned their own relatives. Priests could no longer bury the dead fast enough. Graves ran out. So the emperor ordered something unthinkable: mass graves. Huge pits were dug outside the city walls. Wagons carried the dead all day and all night. When the pits filled, more pits were dug. Soon, even that was not enough. So workers began stacking bodies inside towers, layer upon layer of corpses, until entire buildings were filled with the dead. Witnesses described the silence. No markets, no laughter, no carts. Only the sound of wagons carrying bodies, and the distant cries of those still dying. At its worst, the plague killed nearly 10,000 people per day. Imagine that, 10,000 every single day. The capital of an empire had become a graveyard. Historians estimate the plague eventually killed tens of millions of people across Europe and the Mediterranean. It weakened the Byzantine Empire for centuries. Some believe it even changed the course of world history. But for the people trapped inside Constantinople, history did not matter. Only survival. Eventually, the wave passed. The disease moved on. The survivors returned to the streets. Markets reopened. Ships arrived again. Life slowly continued. But the city would never fully recover, because for months, Constantinople was not a city. It was a mass grave. And the emperor who dreamed of rebuilding Rome became the ruler of a dying world.